now it's time to bring in our guest, my main man, the Sugar Man, Shane Mosley Jr. All right, my boy. Shane, what's up, baby? What's going on?
Oh man, everything's good, man. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
All
Can
right,
you hear me?
just a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Just
See if
give
we
us
can
1 second. Just waiting for it to clear a little bit. Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, great.
All
Maybe.
right. So pretty
Hear me
much
good?
we are here. All right. So you can hear me, right? Yeah, we
Yeah.
good. We good.
Perfect.
All right, Shane. So what's going on? Congratulations on your last win and everything like that out there. Indio beating up on Olivas like that. Olivas. So pretty much how did that feel, man? Looked like they was kind of on Olivas a little bit more than you, but it don't matter. Sugar Man gonna do what the Sugar Man do. So how did it feel going ahead and stopping him in that, what was it, the fifth, sixth round?
It was the fifth round, at the end of the fifth, before the sixth, so they call it the fifth round. But yeah, man, I just went in there and did my thing. I knew that going in there and just being the best Shane Mosley Jr. that I could be, being composed and just sharp, that I could beat anybody basically. So with that being said, yeah, I stopped Olivas by just being sharp and being, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like I went out there to try to knock him out or like try to, like put a hurt on him. I just outboxed him, and that was enough to get a knockout.
And hey, I loved it. I thought it was an absolutely masterful performance. You showed your skills. You know that he wanted to go in there and have a bar brawl with you, but you wanted to be the gentleman and put the sweet science on him. And that's what usually happens when the sweet science takes full effect. So much congrats once again on that big win over Olivas. So man, I've been hearing a little bit in the rumor mill a little bit that Triple G might want to get a piece of you a little bit, man. What do you think about that? What about that opportunity if that's to arise, a fight with Triple G?
I mean, look, that would be an honor. Great champion and a great fighter. That would be an honor. But like, to be honest, I want to fight. I want to be a world champion. You know what I mean? That's why I do. That's why we're in here to show who's the best. He's currently one of the champions. So if I am able to get a shot with any of them, that's what I want to do. I am not the one to pick and choose and all that other stuff. I want to be a world champion, and I want to do what I can to be a world champion. So if it so happens to be Triple G, if it so happens to be any one of the champions, Charlo, Murata, whoever whoever else is there. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of the same thing that like how I felt contender. You know what I mean? Like, there's like 16 guys on the show, but I'm only fighting one of them, so I don't need to be mean mugging everybody. I need to focus on the guy whoever I get lined up with. That's who I need to focus on, and that's who I need to take care of. You know what I mean? I don't need to be mean or be like, oh yeah, everybody in the middleweight division, you know what I mean? Like, no, like, just like whoever I get lined up next, I'm gonna be focused, I'm gonna be ready, and I'm gonna take care of business. You know what I mean?
Got you. So, how was it fighting in front of no fans there at Indio?
Well, it was my second
I know
time.
you had some people.
Yeah, it was my second time, and to be honest, it's a fight. You know what I mean? Like, at first, like, like, you don't get kind of that, all of the crowd, the nerves from the crowd, and that all that energy. But realistically speaking, man, like, you're in there, you're fighting. You know what I mean? When somebody's fighting you, it starts to get real easy to focus on that person that's trying to take your head off.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
to me, like, this
Exactly.
guy, you know what I mean? Like, he's trying to hurt me. You know what I mean? Like, so you go in there, you focus on that, and then everything else kind of kicks in. All of the sparring, all of the training, everything that you put into this, and even past fights, even before that. You know what I mean? Like it comes second nature. Like, you know, so you get right back into where it needs to be. You know, and fortunately, I've done a lot of sparring. You know what I mean? So like, I know what it's like to, you know, be in an atmosphere where there's not as many people as, you know, fight. So yeah, it was easy.
All right, so pretty much pretty much living in Vegas, and you have the abundance to be able to train with some of the best in the game. Who have you been able to step in the ring with, you know, sparring wise and everything like that, you know, on your journey and everything like that? And who did you train with on your way to this last bout that you were in?
I was fortunate enough to have some good fighters to train with and spar with. Two guys of note is Ahmed Albiali and also Luis Arias. Luis. He goes by Cuba.
Okay.
Luis Arias, I think is his name, or his last name. And yeah, like some great fighters. Luis Arias fought Danny Jacobs. You know, Ahmed Albiali fought Pascal. So, you know, they've been in the ring with some good guys. They're you know, tough, strong, and experienced. You know, sparring partners, or I you know, I'm not gonna call them sparring partners. I'm sorry, fighters. And you know, they were fortunate enough to you know, teach me some things and help me work on sharpening my craft.
All right, man. So you know, hey, because man, how's the weather right now? Because I know it's somewhat nippy in Cali, but you know how it is this time of year, man. You know, when they get a bad storm, we get our 58, 60, and we all over here bundled up, acting like we need to be wearing puffy coats and things like that.
Right. Yeah. At night is when it gets really chilly. During the day, it's not as bad. It's still cool, but it's not as bad. And I think we're supposed to be getting another storm pretty soon, so that's kind of unfortunate. But you know, at least we're not in you know, Texas or, you know, things like that right now. You know what I mean? Like we're not getting that cold just yet. Hopefully.
All right, man. So you know what, and I know and you know, you in the community, you've been around the game for a long time, so you know literally everybody. And what are your thoughts on Broner's comeback this weekend?
I hope it's for good reason. I hope he's coming back because he really wants to take a shot at being a world champion again. You know, like I hope that it's not the latter, which is, you know, coming back to just try to grab some money and kind of BS his way to you know, getting some money. You know, because that only hurts his legacy. That only hurts, you know, what people will say about him. And I don't like that, because I think that Broner at one point had some of the most potential of like any up and coming fighter. He's a 4-division world champion. You know what I mean? Like the dude is incredible. You know what I mean? And he could have, to say that he could have been better and we expect more from him is a crazy statement, but it's true. So if he's coming back, I love to see him back. I think he's a great fighter. I think he's a great dude. I just hope that he's coming back so that he can win, you know what I mean? And coming back for the right reasons, you know?
Right. And when we say win, we want him to like give us a resounding knockout, daddy brush my waves after the fight, you know, and put on one of those excellent performances. Because
exactly.
A lot of people forgot how really talented Adrian Broner was, man, because when he would go to when he was fighting at 135, 130, he was annihilating guys. It wasn't like
He was literally
Right.
a problem.
Yeah,
The problem.
the problem. You know, the fight's not going to a decision. He's going to be very crowd friendly, and you know that was fun to watch. And even the egotistical things he was doing was fun to watch, because this is why now people tune in to watch him. He couldn't do it as a good guy. We all know that. And so pretty much he took the villain thing to a whole nother level. And so pretty much I think that's why a lot of us are rooting for him to really get back and be Adrian Broner. Because honestly, I think his biggest moment could have came going against Manny Pacquiao. And, you know, if he would have just let his hands go, because it seemed like when he let his hands go and connected, it really affected Pacquiao when you look at it at the end of the day. I know a lot of people don't want to believe that, because Pacquiao has so many people who love him. And so they won't ever say that, you know, he was getting touched in a fight, but we know he got touched up by a little bit by Thurm, and he got touched up a little bit by Broner, because his cornea said that at the end of the night. So pretty much, you know what I mean? The man could barely see. You know what I mean? He almost went blind. So, yeah, that's the Adrian Broner I want to get back to as well. And I hope that that's what we get this weekend as well, too.
Yeah.
Now,
I hope that's his intention. I hope that's his intention, to be that guy again. You know what I mean? Like, and if we see that intention, if we see, even if he doesn't look like that, but we see that he's trying to get there, then that's what matters, right? Like, that we all want to see that fighter instinct. We all want to see that passion, that drive, all that stuff. That's why we watch these fights, because you see one guy's passion, another guy's passion, and you want to see that. So and because we've seen that from him in the past, such great passion, skill, all these things, the desire to be a world champion, we want to see that again. And so I hope that it's there, even if it's not the same Adrian Broner. We see that strive.
And real quick, I know this is a question my team doesn't even have. I just want to ask you this: what are your thoughts on the YouTubers fighting, the Paul brothers and Dib and all of them? Because your father did a great job with Jake in his first fight, because he taught him how to jab, and that's all he needed against the internet guy. But then it seemed like those same skills that he showed him, and he got in the sparring when he fought Nate Robinson, it was night and day compared to that. You know what I mean? Because when he fought Jib, it was somewhat, you felt like it was amateur hour. But when he fought Nate Robinson, he looked a little bit like a pro. What are your thoughts?
Well, like obviously the longer you do something, the better you're going to get at it. And obviously he's been practicing his skills and honing those skills. So I feel like, obviously it's going to get better. And I think that's what he did. And I'm happy to see that he's getting better and actually appreciating the sport. My dad told me that he really respected Jake for his work ethic, for his, like, what he put into to being a fighter, and my dad said that he really saw that he really took it serious. It wasn't like he was just playing. He was really serious. And I think obviously, he's not going against guys that are really trying to make a legitimate career of it. You know what I mean? Like, he's not fighting guys like, me or, anybody like that, yeah, maybe down the line. I mean, but I'm just saying, like, he's not fighting, like he fought Nate Robinson that has never had a fight, and Gibb that had, some, little bit like, YouTube fights, you know what I mean? Like, so he's not fighting real guys, but at the end of the day, he might, and as long as he's taking it serious, as long as, like I said, even with Adrian Broner, like, as long as we see that passion, as long as we see the respect for the sport and the drive, that's all I really care about. Because, I don't care who he's fighting, but, like, as long as you showing people that this is a serious game, that this is meant to be taken serious, that's all that really matters in the sport. You know what I mean? Now, to be honest, he's bringing all these kids and all this younger generation and things like that, and younger generations that are going to watch me are gonna watch, go on DAZN and watch and be subscribers, and then they're gonna eventually see me. They're gonna see, my promotional team, Ryan Garcia. They're gonna see all these people that also indirectly help me, because the more money that my promotional company has, the more money that DAZN has, the more followers, the more it indirectly affects me. The more eyeballs I can be able to be seen on me, the more money that they have to put out there for me and my family and things like that in my sport. So all of those things are important to me. So as long as he's doing his job and not disrespecting my sport and bringing people here that are going to stay because they love it now because of him, absolutely. It only betters me. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, he didn't have no, professional fights, or no, I mean, like, no real amateur fights, or he's not like me, so I don't accept him. Like, no, like, as long as he's taking it seriously, putting in the work, and when he fights, he's showing the real fighter mentality. That's what we want to see, and that's what I want.
Man, I am totally in agreement about that. And I've heard Mike Tyson even talk just like you as well, too. He was very quick to say that, you know what, we need Jake here because he brings millions of eyes to the matchup. And most of these millions of eyes aren't dealing with boxing right now. They're not watching boxing. They don't know anything about boxing. But the moment they jumped into it, then they were knee deep into it. You know what I mean? Because there's a good guy. You probably know who he is. Digital producer Jay Chaudhry. He said that his little cousins weren't even into boxing. They saw the Jake Paul Gibb fight. Now they are boxing fanatics. They come over for any fight now. I think they even came over for your fight last weekend to make sure that they saw you. So pretty much that's exactly what you want. You know what I mean? And you already have the name, so people are already going to attract to it. And then you know what? You're not too bad on looks either, because sometimes I think to myself, we should have you over here walking the runway, but you want to box. So pretty much, it is what it is at the end of the day. But still, and that's what's going to bring fans in. And then top it all off, you a Cali boy, so it's going to always work out for you because you got the Pomona standing and everything like that, the IE, LA, all that good stuff, and people come together and they can't wait to watch what Lil Shane gonna do. And I already know that. That's the conversation. You know that too. Yeah. So pretty much, man, I know that's beautiful that you're accepting the fact that he's bringing in more eyes for you, and you get the business side of it. A lot of people on my side, the media side, they want to be the quickest to complain about it, but they really don't understand the money side of the situation. And this is really good for a business that needs injection of some good new green. You know what I mean? We've been playing around with a lot of old money in this business for a while. Now it's time to get some of this new money in the fold, and it is what it is at the end of the day, man. So I really do think it's the right thing to do. And it seems that Golden Boy is always trying to be more cutting edge than most companies. I've seen him do it for the last few years. And at first, people don't get it, and then they get with it once they get it. You know what I mean? And it seems like everything's working out really well for you guys. They signed you. Ryan's becoming one of the bigger stars in boxing as we speak. Virgil Ortiz is, pretty much becoming a bigger star as well, too. And it's really – they think it's a bad time because Canelo left, but really it's a good time for Golden Boy because now the guys like yourself and the other two I mentioned can now ascend to the top to where they want to be and get the attention that they deserve as well, too. Because we all know when Canelo was on Golden Boy, it was like having the president on there. When he has a fight, the whole company has to go over there and deal with him. But now everybody gets a turn, everybody gets a look. And I think that's beautiful. And I really did catch that in their last few broadcasts as well, too. And I think that's absolutely amazing as well. Now, another quick question I have for you is, how's life? How's the state of boxing through the pandemic? What are your thoughts on it? How do you think boxing's been doing this year?
Man, I think boxing is kind of at a high right now. I mean, how many great fights have we had this year? You know what I mean? Like, well, I mean, sorry, in 2020, we had some incredible fights in 2020. I mean, like some fights that were like incredible. You know what I mean? We had, I mean, the list goes on, man. I mean, we had Earl Spence and Garcia. We had a whole list of top ranked fights, Lomachenko and Lopez. We had Tank Davis and was that no, that was 2020. That was 2020.
Yeah.
But look, since the pandemic, from right now, we've had some incredible fights. I can go down the list. I mean, like it's incredible. You know what I mean? Fight of the year on Zepeda and the one guy, the one where it was like 7 knockdowns in the fight. Like it was like ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, like yeah, I mean, like I said, it's been incredible for boxing. I mean, as a boxing fan, I see all these great fights. I'm like, wow, like these fights, I don't know if we would have had. And maybe, you know, you see a lot of the passion come out because of you know, COVID and things like that. People fighting for their lives, fighting for the family, making sure that they get back, you know, have a great performance so they can get back and on TV and be seen and things like that. But I feel like since the pandemic, we've had some really great fights in boxing. Shoot, we had Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Do you want to revitalize things a little bit, just a little bit? Because it gave everybody like a passion to want to watch fighting again as soon as those guys stepped in.
Right. I mean, like, I mean, obviously we knew that it wasn't going to be the same, but right when I heard the fight was happening, I was like, I don't care what I'm doing that night. Like, it's getting canceled because I'm watching that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Like I am watching that fight no matter what. You know what I mean? I don't care what's going on. That fight is getting watched by me. And that's exactly what happened. Yeah, I thought it was great. So the forecast for boxing as of right now, I feel like it's been beneficial because I feel like there's a lot of things like going on, like you said, like the Jake Paul thing. There's also been the you know, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, and then a lot of incredible fights being put on by Top Rank, by Golden Boy and Matchroom. Because of the pandemic, I feel like there has been more desire for fights because other sports haven't been as prominent. I guess, or I don't know. I don't know what the reason for it is, but I feel like we've been doing pretty well.
I think that you guys answer that you guys are inside of everybody's conscience just a little bit. You know, everybody has that I'm angry nowadays. You know what I mean? And then I think sometimes you guys help people release their tension in watching a fight. Say you got a big fan, he's been working his 9 to 5 all week, and then he gets to watch you on Saturday night. And you go ahead and you retire the man after the 5th round and everything like that. That makes that man feel good because he went to punch his boss in the face 5 days out that week, but you went ahead and punched somebody in the face for him on Saturday night. So, you know, I think that's why the people are really back infatuated with boxing as well too, because you know it's one-on-one. And when, you know, people can talk about the trainer did such a great job and but at the end of the day, you're a fighter. You know, it's all about what you're going to do in that ring, because whatever your trainer told you, that was in the gym. Now we're in the ring, and it's time for you to survive. So pretty much that means that you're going to have to do it by any means. And so pretty much sometimes you may go away from some things because this will work, because you're the fighter. You're the one that can make the masterful adjustments at the end, and people recognize that as well too. So I think that's why boxing has been getting so much love as of late, because it's just not a team sport. It's a one-on-one, man. It's a mind game. You know what I mean? So, and it's a war. And it seems like everybody want to see a war.
Well, I think you know, fighting and you know, being combative, I feel like is a part of human nature, unfortunately. You know, I think obviously with having a you know, world that is come so far as you know, like wars and you know, republic, democracy, all those things. Everything good?
Okay.
Everything good?
Oh yeah, everything's good. Everything's good. Let's go. So pretty much I was just talking to my producer real quick because he's having. All right, so pretty much. All right, man. Let's talk about some music though, real quick.
Let's do it.
You know, I let him. I let him mess with you about this. You a Sugar Free fan? All right, best Sugar Free record ever. Best song, I mean.
I'd rather give you my bitch.
Was that a Friday night song at those promoter school dances?
Yeah. Give you my biz.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a house party classic. And what's your favorite album bio?
I can't even think about one of his. Probably that album. Probably.
Street Gospel. I'll give you Street Gospel.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man.
Or actually, the one where he's beating on the table. Boom, boom, boom,
yeah.
I think it's that album. Is that Street Gospel?
It's the same thing, Street Gospel.
Yeah, that's my favorite album.
I'm giving you something to vibe to when you get jumping traffic today in Vegas, okay?
Yeah. So I want to go home. I want to go home.
All right, what are you playing in your car now?
Maybe lately, man. I don't know if you heard my walkout song, but I've been listening to a lot of like gospel hip hop. So I'm trying to get away from the sugar free, the ghetto. I'm trying to keep it a little bit more. Yeah, I'm a Christian now, man. You know what I mean? I got to start, getting my life together. So, but anyways, yeah. So, I've been listening to KB. I've been listening to like Lecrae, guys like that, like Tadashi, not Takashi, Tadashi. They're all like Christian rappers, Andy Mineo, people like that. So I've been kind of on that wave. I like what they're talking about. I like, the fact that they make good music. They're not like Christian music. They make good music that they love, but there's no like cussing and things like that. And it's with a gospel or I guess a holy undertone, you know what I mean? So
positive vibes, man.
Exactly.
Make you feel good, man, all that good stuff, man. So pretty much, all right, man. So when do we expect you in the ring again?
Shoot, I would love to be back in the ring in the next 3 to 4 months or something like that. 4 months at the most. So hopefully we get in there like June or something like that. We'll see. I got a lot of good feedback and things like that from this fight. So hopefully I know something soon, and I'll most definitely let you guys know.
All right, man. Hopefully you drop it to me first, man, so I can go ahead and drop it right here on the show. Man.
You already know, man. I'll let you know. Yes,
yeah, man. Whatever the posters is, we'll put it up with whatever they need us to do. At the end of the day, much love to Golden Boy. Always to my man Scotty T, Big Bro, all those guys, Oscar, Eric, all those guys. Much love to them because that's how I'm here. Because Golden Boy. So pretty much always love the Golden Boy as well too. So I want to send a shout out to them. I know they'll be watching this later. And I can't forget about Gabe. You already know Gabe. You the man.
Yes, sir. With Gabe.
So pretty much, man. Any final thoughts before I let you go?
Hey, thank you for supporting and watching me. I always appreciate all the love and support. I hope that you continue to watch, and I hope that you enjoy what I do. And hope you enjoy this show and also your content. And thank you.
Man, you know what, brother? It's always a blast. I can't wait to bring you back in, everything like that, talk some more Pomona stuff and other sports and things like that, man. It's always a blast with you, Shane Jr. So I thank you so much, brother, immensely. And man, and since I got you here, let me just go ahead and throw this ad in here real quick. Stacey Adams, y'all need to go pick Shane Mosley Jr.